Oh, I'm thinking it might be getting a game like worth getting like in a year or something when mod support comes out and you can do whatever you want with the game. And it'll be like less money.
I landed it. Oh my god. So today the topic is BRs and specifically the new BR changes for November. My name's Slickbee. What's going on, guys? Today we're just going to talk about this and I'm going to give you guys my general opinion on things that are going on. So can we all have a moment of silence? The Panther 2 is unruined, apparently. The big things to note on this are the BMP2 moving up to 8.0, the Panther A moving down to 5.7, the Panther 2 moving to 6.7, the Leopard A1 and the L44 both moving down to 8.7, the TAM moving to 8.7, and the big Light Panzer moving to 8.3. The Rain is moving up to 7.0, of course, but it's not really going to change how that tank plays. The big thing is the Panther II, the Panther A, and the Leopards, in my opinion. So there's been this huge issue that the Leopard A1 isn't 8.7. And it doesn't make sense that it was 9.0 for so long. I don't know why they did that. So that is a like change. I'm liking that. I'm happy it's going to be 8.7. The L44 I'm skeptical about. This is lowering the BR of a premium that is already effective. Of course, all the weeaboos and the boondaboos or whatever you want to call you guys, no offense to you. I love playing Germany too, don't get me wrong. But let's be honest. The L44 does not belong in 8.7. It is far too powerful. I mean, yeah, it's a great gun at 9.0. It's a great gun at 10.0. It doesn't have the same ammo that the Leopard 2A4 gets. It gets the DM13, but it is still a very, very, very good gun. For that to go down zero point 0.3 in BR just means it's going to face 7.7 vehicles now. And I mean, is it going to make that big of a difference? Probably not. But I still don't think it needs to be like lowered in its BR. You guys might disagree with that. That's fine. Now the Panther 2 moving down to 6.7, you guys have known me, and I've played a lot of Panther 2, and I've always said that I think it's fine at 7.0. I do just fine with it. The only thing that you're not going to see anymore are the 8.0 tanks. You're never going to see an IS-7 again in your 6.7 lineup because you can't. Is that bad? No, it's nice for the people who play the Panther, and the stock grind on the Panther and the stock grind on the A1 will increase because you don't have to face these 0.3 BR vehicles higher than it anymore. But the Panther 2 and the Panther A going down 0.3 BR mean a whole lot. It's way different than the top tier. If you have a tank that's in 9.0, it's going to face 10.0s, always, pretty much. You're never really going to get a down tier. You're never going to really get into a 9.0 game. And the few 9.0 games you do get into, the 9.0 tanks all perform really, really well. So it's not any different. And it's kind of like the 8.7 thing. Yeah, you're going to see less 10.0s. You're not going to see any. But you don't really see anything at 7.7 that's too crazy. When you go down to 6.7, you can now face 5.7 vehicles. And the Panther 2 dealing with 5.7 vehicles, mark my words now, is going to be a shit show. I guarantee you I'm going to get in top tier 6.7 game in the Panther 2. And I will show you later on when these BRs become live. They might be by the time you see this video, I don't know. When that happens, I will make a video on it. And I will play the Panther 2 and I'll play the Panther A for two separate videos and show you guys just how good these vehicles are going to perform at that tier. The Panther D is basically useless now. It's just a filler tank because if you're at the same BR, right? Panther D and the Panther A are not the same Panther. If you have both of these tanks spaded, you would understand completely they're not the same. The Panther A performs everything a little bit better than the Panther D. Now, of course, the gun's the same, but turret rotation, it's faster in a front line. It's faster traversing. It's got a better engine. The only thing that they both do shit is reverse speed. The Panther 2 doesn't have a shit reverse speed. Now that's at 6.7. same BR as a Tiger II. And it gets an 88, same gun as a Tiger II, but it's way faster. It is way more versatile as a medium tank. It is better at flanking and spanking, and that's the name of the game in War Thunder, is really flanking and spanking now. So I don't know if it's a welcome change. I really don't think Germany was suffering that much. I make meme jokes and meme titles, but I want you guys to understand that's all satire. That's a joke. I'm making a joke. I thought most of the vehicles in this game are pretty balanced, and you can do well in most of the vehicles if you kind of just think a little bit and flank and use your map knowledge. So yeah, will the BR changes help people? Of course. I think the BMP 2 going up to 8.0 is great. Now people can stop thinking that 0.3 BR difference makes a huge difference. It really doesn't, because I always take my BMP into top tier matches. I'm sure most people do. The off chance you do get a 7.7 game, I guess this will help you. And now the Panther 2 will never see. It will never see I guess it could never see a BMP2. What am I thinking of that was seeing a BMP2 that was causing issues for it? So now that's 8.07. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. No, I was right. I was right with what I was thinking about. So now it'll never see a BMP2. It's not really a big deal in my opinion, but I think these BR changes were a product of complaints that weren't necessary, right? So a lot of the issues you can see with the game can be filled, right? This void of problems that most players have that have enough problems to go complain about them can be filled with some skill, some map knowledge, and expanding the amount of tanks you play. Of course, I realize this is very easy for me to say, right? Somebody who has been playing the game for far too long and has every vehicle in the game and has help from Gaijin shouldn't be telling you guys to play every vehicle in the game. I'm not. But what I want you to know is every vehicle has a weakness. And it's hard to see that when you're fighting them head on, right? Even if you go into the projection analysis, you will never find these little quirks that there are with every vehicle. And I'm starting to understand that, and I'm going to start making more content driven on how to kill certain vehicles, how to kill certain tanks, and certain things you can always rely on that are going to do well. But that's in the future, and I can't really do that now. But who better to do that than somebody who has everything in the game, right? Hopefully that will help. But currently, what I want people to know, if you're having an issue with a certain tank, let's say you're playing the Panther II and you're having a problem using it and you can't kill things, finding out the weaknesses of the tanks that are giving you problems is way more cost effective than complaining on the forums and getting a BR changed or something like that. Now, I'm not even sure if this is how they did it. Usually BRs are changed due to an algorithm to see how well vehicles are playing at a certain time, and after a certain amount of time, when they drop below a threshold, I believe, they will drop the BR a 0.3 or 0.3 higher or lower depending on how well the tank's doing, the win rate and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a case of this or if I am right in saying that people complaining got these BR changed, but they're all German BRs, and I really don't think these tanks, especially spaded. Stock is a different story, but especially spaded, once you've unlocked all the modules and grinded your fucking 150 games, however long it takes to do this stuff, it's madness. But once you've done that, these vehicles perform so much better than most of the vehicles at their tier. The Leopard A1A1, for example, is a really, really good tank. It's got a dart, it's fast, it's got good gun depression, it's an all-around great tank. Of course, certain tanks don't have armor, but that's not an issue with the game. The tanks were made like that in real life. And of course, this game is not 100% representation of real life and shouldn't be taken as that. But expanding your knowledge and skill base is way more effective than changing VRs and stuff. So if you're welcoming this change, I'm glad. Hopefully you have better games. But what I want you to know is if you don't have better games and after these BR changes, maybe there's an issue with playstyle. Maybe it's not the tank's BR. So anybody who wanted these to be changed, if you had doubts about them being good at their other tiers, now that they've dropped, let me know in the comments if you've noticed a significant increase in team performance and stuff, because I'm curious, genuinely. Now, of course, like I said, these aren't out yet, at least when I'm recording this, but when they are out, come back to this video. Let me know in the comments how these BR changes affected you. But For the other tanks, I think they're pretty justifiable. The Lorraine was really good at 6.7, and it doesn't really have a lineup at 6.7. Now it kind of has a lineup at 7.0. You can almost up tier it to 7.3 and have a good time with the Foch and whatever else France has with a struggling lineup. As far as the 6.7 Germans, the Panther II back at 6.7 I think is kind of a mistake, to be honest. And again, I'm telling you guys, I love this vehicle. I love Germany. I love playing them, but I don't like playing easy games. And if you get into a 5.7 match in the Panther II, it is going to undoubtedly be an easy game for you. No doubt in my mind. If you don't think that that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. We have differing opinions. That's fine. We'll have to wait and see how the win rate goes overall. And as far as the Leopard A1A1, I think going down is a good choice. The L44 Leopard going down, I think that's a bad choice too. I think that 120 needs to stay at 9.0. Of course, you can make the argument that the XM1 is far better than the L44. In my opinion, I don't think so. I think having that 120 is so much more reassuring than having the XM1. They're just as squishy for each other, seeing them. Of course, the XM1 has speed. The L44 is the L44. That's the difference there. I'm more of a firepower guy, I guess you can tell. So, again, I could be wrong. I think that it's just the differing opinions. And I don't think that these BR changes are going to make a huge difference aside from the Panther A. Now, the Panther A going into a 4.7 game, yeah, the Panthers are already hard to deal with at 5.7. You can tell. I mean, if you get into a 5.7 game that you're fighting Tigers and a Panther D, you realize pretty fast if you're in a lower tier vehicle that they're tough to deal with, let alone having a Panther A, which is an all-around better Panther D at the same tier. And it kind of makes the Panther D useless again. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody's going to play the Panther D over the Panther A unless they don't have the Panther A, which is just one more tank to grind through. It's increasing the grind. And I don't know. It's interesting. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about these BR changes. Please let me know in the comments down below. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving if you are in America, if you are celebrating. Of course, it's not Thanksgiving yet, but I'm going to be gone for today and tomorrow, so I'll say it in both videos. Be safe. Eat a lot of food. Make sure you bring leftovers home if you're going out to your extended family or whatnot. And just enjoy the people around you, That family's all we got, And not everything's certain. So hug your family. Tell them you'll see them soon. Enjoy the time that you spend together. And hopefully I will see you guys all Friday again with a live stream. I'll be having a nice cover of the whole week and stuff. We'll have a nice War Thunder stream. I know I've been playing a lot of Red Dead, but that's just some personal stuff I'm throwing at the end of the video just to let you guys know. I have no plans of quitting War Thunder anytime soon. I just really, really like Red Dead, so that's why I've been doing that. But thank you guys again for watching. I hope if you're new here, you consider clicking the like button or subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.